Who are you? Very simple question. There is no mystery to it. But allow me a few stipulations. Before answering, do not give me your name or what you do. But take a few minutes, think very clearly, and answer the question. Do you have an easy answer? Or did it become difficult? Tell me why. You mean you don't know who you are? Why is your name or what you do the only answer? Why is it so difficult to get beyond that obvious answer? And let's look at why. Most individuals always answer on the physical level. You may ask, isn't that who we are? A name and what we do daily? No. When you are by yourself physically and no one is asking who you are, then that means you don't exist, because there isn't someone asking you who you are. It's a very disturbing question to many. They're not prepared to answer that very simple question. And somehow learning institutions have failed us in being able to give us an accurate reply. Why is that? Why don't the so-called system educate us to be comfortable with such a question? Instead, they provide us with automated physical replies like, I'm fine, and how are you, sir or ma'am? These replies, they really have nothing to do with how you feel. And so, some of us in the middle of a crowd may feel very lonely, distant, disconnected, unattached, with much pain and possibly asking, why doesn't anyone care? You're looking for solace, comfort, but unfortunately no one hears your cry. And so you may ask, what kind of world is this? When we initially went through the height of the pandemic and the lockdowns, some people were unable to live under those conditions. And so I asked myself, reflecting on a few individuals in our history, how does someone, for example, innocently in prison in solitary confinement for 40 years survive such brutality? That is admirable. Going back to the question, who are you, my friend? Whom do you see when you look in the mirror? Is it who is staring back at you? Is that who you are? Are you sure? So if that is you, why are you having such a difficult time with my question? Years ago there was a commercial where the image on your TV screen knocks on your TV and asks, hey you, are you watching? Something like that. Because most of us are watching, but there are times when the TV is watching us. And now we're being constantly watched from your cell phone, street cameras, store cameras, building cameras, government buildings, airport terminals, bus terminals, banks, subway, buses, but is that really you or a representation of you? Now, who's listening to this or watching this is the essence. What does that mean? That is who you are. You are the essence, the essential of your being. That is the master of the temple, the body. You commanded to think, to do, to respond, to speak, to listen, to eat, to walk, to watch. The awareness of that actuality is a very fine line. You must be careful in embarking on these thoughts, because once is realized and you're able to understand that, it must be delicately accepted, because it could become elusive. It's a very delicate line between you understanding that you're in essence within a temple. It's very delicate. Some people have gotten lost and never were able to come back. So when you move on faith, like in Indiana Jones where he says, walk, I remember one section there, you have to believe that in your mind the bridge was there. So some of our ancient ones mastered this configuration and were able to accomplish great feats. Those societies at that time nurtured that discipline. It enhanced the harmony of the community, and therefore all benefited. Today, our societies function more on the physical level. A slower frequency based more on aggressive behavior, where stillness or nurturing the essence, which is who we really are, is denied acceptance and comprehension, and frowned upon, like you're a fruitcake, and left alone to wander aimlessly in despair with no support, and also a failure to invigorate, to strengthen the essence or the real you. So when, my friend, you have a little quiet time, sit still. This is not hocus pocus stuff. This is something which is an advice. If you want to follow it, I think it will be beneficial to you. So you just close your eyes and visualize an activation of peace and harmony in your mind to enhance the presence of your essence, and do not be fearful. The frequency of time, dimension, and space are controlled by how much self-discipline you have achieved. You are the master of your universe that only exists within you. You are a participant, but it exists within you, not outside of you. Because when you conceptualize what is real to you in this dimension of time and space, what is being registered and accepted as fact by you, it is entirely taking place in what we refer to as in the mind. Where is the theater, where reality takes place, is in the mind. It is all conceptualized within you. You are a participant. And through invigorating your essence, your enlightenment, your higher self, the awareness that you're housed in a temple. Now that awareness is very delicate, it's a thin line. To cross it, you have to have faith. You cannot cross it on like an ego trip out, like I'm there. It is not like that. It's a harmonious state of mind in which you understand that the universe is oneness. It's not a trip out and this and that. It is the oneness where you are able to understand you are the master in your temple. And so reality is taking place in your mind. That is where it's conceptualized. So if you are feeling physically trapped by the entrapments of the physicality in this dimension of time and space, then the mind is where you go and repair that, in the essence of yourself, because you are the master of your reality that is existing within you. Peace and blessings and understanding of the oneness of love